Live with ClickOrlando.com, this is News 6 at 11, getting results.
Tonight, it's the end of an era.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
After a 7-decade-long reign, the Queen's son Charles now takes the throne.
Is he going to continue what his mother did? Is he going to branch out in some new ways?
The historic changeover happening as the entire world mourns with the royal family.
We've all known just one queen.
She didn't just witness the great turns of history, she helped shape them.
Queen Elizabeth II was the rock on which modern Britain was built.
And Queen Elizabeth II was 96 years old when she passed away. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Lisa Bell. Tonight, the Queen's death is having a profound impact across the globe. Moments after the Queen's death was announced, the Union Jack at Buckingham Palace was flying at half-staff. In the U.S., flags at the White House were lowered. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also ordered flags throughout the state at half-staff. Locally, the Orlando Eye will be lit up in Union Jack colors in honor of the Queen through the weekend.
Tonight, there is still some activity around Buckingham Palace. Keep in mind, it is 4 a.m. there, and mourners have been outside all day to pay their respects to the Queen and the royal family. CBS's Ian Lee is there outside Buckingham Palace with reaction. King Charles III is returning to London tomorrow to make his first televised address.
New at 11 now, video shows President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden visiting the British Embassy in D.C. They both wrote messages in a condolence book. While speaking later at an event, the president called the Queen an incredibly gracious and decent woman. All of the living former U.S. presidents have released statements today. Former Presidents George W. Bush and Donald Trump both noted the Queen's wit and sense of humor. Former President Barack Obama said he was, quote, struck by her warmth and the way she put people at ease.
And the Queen's legacy is also being remembered right here in Central Florida. Tonight, there's a growing memorial inside the pub. That's a restaurant on International Drive, and that's where we find News 6's Troy Campbell. Troy, you spoke to people from the UK who learned about the Queen's death while visiting here in Orlando.
Yeah, first, take a look. We're inside the pub, obviously, but you can see that they have set up a tribute following the Queen's passing. We spoke with tourists here from the UK who expressed their sadness over the loss.
Troy, thank you. Our coverage of this story continues at ClickOrlando.com. There you will find key developments, including what's next for King Charles III, who will now take over the throne.
Before the end of this month, NASA plans to try for a third time now to lift its mega moon rocket off the ground. The space agency says it has 2 new dates in mind for its uncrewed Artemis 1 mission. They're targeting Friday, September 23rd and Tuesday, September 27th. They also have a tanking test set for September 17th. And that's when they'll find out whether or not engineers have actually fixed that hydrogen leak that led to last Saturday's scrubbed mission. Remember, they decided to make those repairs right on the pad. NASA's also seeking a waiver on the rule that would require them to reset the flight termination system's batteries inside the VAB. We'll let you know if that waiver is granted.
A nationwide crime trend hitting a Central Florida business.
Tonight, the owner looking at tens of thousands of dollars in damage. Coming up, find out what thieves were caught on camera walking away with and how you can protect yourself. Tom?
Rain has finally died down in Central Florida. I'm going to show you what's happening on radar. We'll pinpoint the rain pattern for your Friday, including Friday night football. We'll check the tropics. Earl is now just a Category 1 hurricane again. We'll show you that, the next wave behind it, and what lies ahead for your weekend.
Plus, a new study ranking Florida counties by the worst commute.
We're seeing a lot of long commute times in Central Florida.
Find out where your county lands and what local leaders are doing to get results on the road. You're watching News 6 at 11 live on a Thursday night. Sorry, go ahead. Do it.
Getting results for Palm Bay, Palm Coast, and all of Central Florida. You ruined it.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
We would have had to shut our doors. Getting results means the theater will continue.
Hey, you're busy, I know. So what do you need before you walk out the door in the morning? You need your traffic from Trooper Steve. That's right, an actual trooper's got you covered. You got to get your weather with Troy. Can't let a bad thunderstorm hold you up. And you got to know the latest news everyone's talking about. What's breaking in our community and how it's going to affect you. You want results before you go? Well, you got to watch before you go. Because on News 6 Mornings, we wake up getting you results. Live with Matt Austin, Lisa Bell. Weather with Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells. Sports with Sports Director Jamie Say. And special reports from the investigators. This is News 6 at 11, getting results.
All right, we are taking another live look at Buckingham Palace, where mourners have been gathering ever since the news broke of Queen Elizabeth's death. Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's longest ruling monarch, passed away today. She was 96 years old. Now, you may or may not know this, but the Queen visited Florida back in 1991. While here, she stopped in Miami and visited the Dry Tortugas National Park. During that visit, the Lake Florida Keys mayor presented the Queen with a conch shell, the best-known symbol of the Florida Keys.
In Lake County tonight, a 16-year-old student's facing charges for bringing a handgun on a school bus. Deputies say the student was on his way to Lake Hills Academy in Mascot. They say the gun never made it inside. They say it was actually left on a bus seat, hidden in a sweatshirt. The gun was holstered and unloaded. No ammunition was found. Deputies say footage from the bus's security camera and a tip from another student led to an arrest.
Tonight, thieves are sawing parts off cars, and it is costing drivers big time.
One local business owner says he's out tens of thousands of dollars. Somebody stole the catalytic converters off of more than 30 trucks in his parking lot. News 6's Lauren Cervantes reports from Seminole County. Police say there are steps you can take to try to protect yourself, including parking in well-lit areas, spray painting your license plate number on that converter, making it less appealing, and installing an anti-theft device.
All right, Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells joining us now. We are just days away from the peak, the official peak of hurricane season, and it's getting more active out there.
It is indeed. We're almost to halftime. The great news about all the activities that really we don't get impacted. We don't get many effects from this right now. Going to get some waves. We'll talk about that. But it's really weird to have this much action going on, and we're sitting here. I'm not working 36 hours in a row. We're not in wall-to-wall coverage. My voice hasn't given out.
Amen.
We like it.
Preach. Okay, take a look at what's going on. 5-day tropical development. Here's Earl. A Category 2 storm all day long today, suddenly downgraded to a Cat 1. That is going to be short-lived. We have another wave right behind Earl. This wave's impressive. 70% chance it will develop in the next 2 days. This wave not nearly as impressive, but, you know, time will tell. Give it some time. Here's a close-up shot of Earl. Still a dangerous Category 1 hurricane. And look how close it is, man. Here's Bermuda right here, getting the big rain and 50-mile-per-hour winds tonight and through the day tomorrow as the nastiness misses them just to the southeast. God bless. This worked out just right for them. You don't want anything bad to happen to Bermuda. If you have interest in the island, they are having tropical storm force winds. By tomorrow night, it's way up here as a Cat 3. Whew. Close call. All right, impacts or effects for Central Florida? Not much, really, but look at these wave heights. Temperature reading, we're doing okay. We're at 75. That's about the low. I don't think we're going to go much lower than that. We might even warm up a tad overnight. Launch Credit Union camera 77. Temps where you live, pretty much in the low to mid-70s everywhere in Central Florida. Here we go with tomorrow's rain. Let me step over here. Now, 75 is the low tonight. Here's tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by Del Air Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electrical.
Forecast high tomorrow is 90. Take a look at the week ahead. Now that 90 for tomorrow, that would be the first day we have a normal daytime high in the last 29 days. Saturday, back above normal, the high of 92. Sunday, same thing. Troy will be in at 5 a.m. with rain chances. Sleep tight, neighbors. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Tom. Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. Your pick 2, 6, 6. Pick 3, 7, 4, 7. Your pick 4, 1, 1, 4, 8. Pick 5 is 5, 9, 4, 2, 1. And that fireball is 6.
Fantasy 5, 10, 28, 34, 8, 25.
Cash for life, we have 21, 48, 49, 54, 55, and the cash ball is 3. Good luck.
Which Florida county has the worst commute?
A new study is crunching the numbers. Coming up, find out why the county at the top of the list also has millions earmarked for road improvement projects. Class. All right, welcome back. Well, commuting home can be a drag, especially if you live in Osceola County.
New research shows people there have the worst commute in the state. This is according to Stacker.com. They used data collected during the 2020 census to figure out which counties have the longest drive times. Brevard County ranked 50th in the state, Seminole 30th, Orange was 23rd, and Osceola County took the top spot. The average commute time there was about 34 minutes. That is 6 minutes longer than the state average.
If you look at the data, 78% of people in Osceola drove to work alone. So that's a lot of cars that are on the road. They're not really carpooling. They're not really taking public transit. So that's just adding to the crush.
County leaders say massive growth is playing a big factor. As a result, commissioners are earmarking $770 million for road improvement projects over the next 5 years. All right, Ryan is in for Jamie tonight.
I bet she was keeping a pretty close eye on a certain game out west. Huh?
Yeah, NFL season kicking off in California. Super Bowl champion Rams taking on the Buffalo Bills. We'll have all the highlights for you. Plus, we're setting the table for Sunday. Tom Brady passing the praise while his weekend counterpart hits the 45-year-old in the chest with it.
The News 6 Prep Player of the Week is brought to you by Sonic. This is how we Sonic. This portion of the news is sponsored by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Tampa.
Welcome back to News 6. It's one of the smaller perks of winning the Super Bowl. Your team gets to open the regular season in the NFL's kickoff game. Tonight, the LA Rams got that distinction, hosting the Buffalo Bills. Around these parts, a few good games to keep an eye on, including the Bucs season opener Sunday night at the Cowboys. Two teams with playoff aspirations squaring off in a Week 1 showdown, and Big D. Pretty cool stuff. Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott is limited with a bit of an ankle issue, but he told reporters today that he's all good. No apparent issues for Tom Brady heading into this one. So you've got a young guy in Prescott who aspires to have Brady's success, and you've got the 45-year-old who's quick to deflect praise.
I'm going out there with a lot of good players. That's the best part for me as a competitor. And going to compete is going with a group of teammates you really believe in. So it's not one player they're dealing with all of us.
He's the GOAT. He's the standard when you talk about winning Super Bowls and championships, and he's won 7 of them. So he's won more than what any other organization. So I would hope young guys do. I know I do for sure. He's got somebody that you can look up to, how he's handled his career.
So with the NFL kicking off tonight, we turn our attention to the gridiron for the Sonic Prep Player of the Week. All right, we shall see. For Orlando City, the party just rolled right into Thursday. The U.S. Open Cup champs brought their new decoration to City Hall today and showed it off to fans, Mayor Buddy Dyer, and other dignitaries in downtown Orlando. Lions were toasted during a public celebration today, just hours after knocking off Sacramento Republic 3-zip in last night's final at Exploria Stadium. All right, back to football now. After opening the season with an easy win last Thursday, UCF gets the Friday night treatment this week. The Knights host Louisville out of the ACC.
A really good game.
Absolutely.
Take down a top 10 team. People start paying attention, I guess.
That's right.
All right, Ryan, thank you. And thank you for joining us tonight. We break news at clickorlando.com.
Check out the morning show at 4:30 a.m. Have a great night.
Good night.